Look at that time. It's 2:58 in the morning. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, basically. City have just lost 2-1 to Liverpool. Once again, I'm making a match reaction video. For some reason, why am I not just going to bed? But I'm doing it for you guys. City just lost against Liverpool 2-1. In general, it was quite a fun game. Don't forget, as ever, what I laid down my ground rules for pre-season friendlies. I couldn't give a shit about the scoreline. All I care about is the odd little bonus you get here from there. As I said in the Dortmund reaction video, I think in general for pre-season friendlies, don't take them seriously, really. Just look for the positives, but don't worry about the negatives. The way I see it is that players have got about 10 billion reasons to be crap in pre-season friendlies because of fitness, because of lack of match practice, because of the teams being an absolute random bunch of collection of players, a lack of senior players. Basically, there's loads of reasons why they could be naff. But if they play well, enjoy it, because it could be various things in terms of they could be more motivated, they could be in a good patch of form, who knows. Basically, enjoy the positives, don't worry about the negatives. So that bearing in mind, there's lots of positives to take from that in my personal opinion. Now, it wasn't a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination, but there was definitely many positives. I'm going to start with some of the young lads immediately. I thought Luke Bolton at right wing back, once again, maybe played himself into the Community Shield starting lineup, given the fact that Walker and Danilo are about. He was just strong, he was fast, he was determined. One lung bursting one in particular, should have saw a goal from Leroy Sane. Thought he was strong and excellent. Fair play to Luke Bolton. And Eric Garcia built on his performance against Dortmund with another composed, intelligent centre-half display. He's only 17 years old, I think, and it's just sensational for him. He's not the biggest lad by any stretch of the imagination, but he's just intelligent. He reads the game really well. He had another good game there at centre-back. Now, alongside him, Denier did okay. Humphries and Adebayo didn't look that great, when being honest. It almost looks like Garcia might even be more suited to the City team than them, despite him being like 3 years younger than them, which is interesting. I thought Zinchenko in the first half looked really good as a number 6, in my personal opinion. I think we lacked him when he moved away from that position in the second half. He looked good there. He's not a left back at all, Zinchenko, for me. He looks a lot more comfortable when he plays in the midfield. Unsurprising, given the fact that he's got midfield roots. As an attacking midfielder, yes, but he's so much used to having that 360 vision around him and not having to do as much defensive work against tricky wingers. And I thought he looked really good at retaining the ball as a number 6. He basically dictated play really well, took up some intelligent positions and intercepted the ball a few times. To me, he looked good there, a decent little solution. And other than that, I'll give a shout out to Lucas Demetre for that first half. Showing his strength, his power, his pace against some of Liverpool centre-halves. Maybe he should have scored at one point, but in general, he put a beastly centre-forwards display there. And I also thought Brahim was much better this game in the first half than he was against Dortmund. Ran with purpose, ran with strength and power at their defence in his 45 minutes there. Foden, unfortunately, I thought was a little bit quiet. Not clipped for himself while in pre-season, but there is time yet. As ever I was saying before, players have got a reason to be a little bit rusty. It's pre-season after all. It's only the second game, so it's understandable if it doesn't happen immediately. I'm going to give a shout out to Mahrez, who I thought was largely excellent, drifting in field. I thought Mahrez and even Bernardo Silva in the second half showed a potential life after Merlin there. It will never be the same when David Silva retires, obviously, because he's irreplaceable. But those two players have both got this, they're both left-footed, which definitely helps in terms of the comparison. They've both got this intelligence and creativity about them that shows maybe life won't be so bad after him. There is a potential solution there. And both looked good when they played centrally, which was interesting for me. There was also another potential glimpse of the future with Leroy Sane as a number 9 in the second half. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be perfect there, but that pace is absolutely blistering. And that goal was a work of art. Claudio Gomez, and I'll get onto him in a minute, with a perfectly little ball into Bernardo Silva. A perfect spin, pivot, and played a beautiful ball behind the defence. And that pace from Sane is absolutely electric. Left Van Dijk for dead. Van Dijk, a fast, strong defender, looked like Demichelis treading water there, and it was a beautiful finish from Sane. Claudio Gomez himself, I think he started really well in that first half. 15-20 minutes, looked really lively, a couple of nice little passes. And then he looked a little bit lost, if we're being totally honest. The team kind of fell apart towards like the last 25-30 minutes, and Salah and Mane had fun picking a very naive Manchester City defence. But then the position and the kind of shape was all over the place, with Roberts as like a left wing back, and Humphries and Garcia and Adebayo and Claudio Gomez, a kid, Joe Hart had no idea how to pass it out, no communication. It was just a bit all over the place, really. It happens. It's a pre-season friendly. I'm not worried in the slightest. I'm going to give a shout out to Jack Harrison as well in the first half. Ran with purpose once again. Surely he's got to find himself a good loan next year. He won't have a future at Manchester City, but he surely should have a future in the English game somewhere, at least a championship level, because he's got all the pace and power, and he makes things happen as well. Also, I say Liverpool, what was that dirtiness in the first half? They were kicking our academy lads off the pitch. City by far the better team in the first half. The likes of Fabinho and Milner just kicking lumps out of us. Totally unnecessary. The ref also had a 2 clear-cut penalties and an offside goal for Salah. But then I guess nothing really much changes there, to be honest. Liverpool and dodgy decisions go hand in hand against Manchester City, don't they? Also, what I say, this shirt looked nice, didn't it? The first time it's been worn there. I was a big fan of that. In general, it was quite a fun little game. Something actually happened, which was good compared to the boring non-event that was a Dortmund game. So that's it, really. Yeah, I think the winners for this game were Bolton. I thought Brahim had a good first half, and the Major did himself no harm at all. Then Eric Garcia once again. Of the subs who came on, Adebayo, yeah, Bernardo did pretty well immediately. Sane scored a good goal. Roberts looked totally lost at left wing back, unsurprisingly there. Deli Bashirov didn't really get much of a touch. Likewise, Benjamin Garre. We didn't see the likes of Bernarbi, the young lad who's coming in, Matondo and so on. We didn't see them get on the pitch, unfortunately, but maybe they'll get a game in the next one. But in general, it was quite a fun 90 minutes for me. A few lessons learned there. Raw, but it was nice to see the lads play with courage, even though they were a little bit overawed and a bit lost for the last half an hour of the game. But it was a good, fun game, and I want to know what you took from that game as well. But Bowen, I want to see him play against Chelsea in the Community Shield, because with no Walker, no Danilo, that could be interesting, couldn't it? Anyway, guys, I'm going to go to bed now. Let me know what you think of that game in the comments, and I will see you soon. I'm going to sleep in a bit.